A disturbing story from Hamilton's North End next. A woman says she is still in shock after discovering her cat was shot by a crossbow. The cat had been missing for 4 days, and when it was located, a vet discovered an injury to its body was actually a crossbow wound. Eric Viano joining us live in studio with more on this. Good evening, Eric.
Hi, Matt. Yeah, definitely a disturbing story, not only because the cat was shot, but this is apparently not the only case of an animal in that neighborhood with a crossbow injury. There was one other incident last week where a squirrel was shot. The cat owner and others in the area say they're concerned about someone in their neighborhood hunting down animals, and they're afraid this person's actions could escalate.
She's just become like the neighborhood cat.
Amanda McDonald says ever since she got her 18-month-old cat, Fern, she's become well known in the neighborhood.
The neighborhood pet. She's everybody's pet, basically.
Fern is an indoor and outdoor cat and usually comes home every night, but she didn't last week. Over the weekend, McDonald scoured the neighborhood and contacted shelters to try and find Fern. She eventually found her in someone's backyard, and she was clearly injured.
My initial thought was that she had been attacked.
McDonald first noticed a wound on Fern's stomach, and then she felt something in her back leg.
To me, I thought it was a broken bone. It was like a cylindrical thing in her back leg.
But when she brought Fern to Beatty Pet Hospital in Stony Creek, a vet discovered the disturbing truth.
When we took the x-ray, it became very obvious that it was a dart from a crossbow.
I was in shock, and I felt disgusted that somebody would be shooting these animals.
Matt Wittenrich, the medical director for Beatty Pet Hospital, says Fern is lucky to be alive.
The entry wound actually is right along the spinal column. So for this thing to just narrowly miss the spine, go through the intestinal tract while also missing the bladder and lodge in the inner thigh, shocking. They talk about cats having 9 lives. This was 8 out of the 9, and she held on to that 9th one hard.
Some people I spoke to who live in the neighborhood say that they were shocked when they found out what happened to Fern. It now has them worried and on high alert.
She's my favorite little pal in the neighborhood, and we were freaked out.
Actually, I have 2 cats, but they're house cats. They don't go outside, but if they ever got out, I don't know what I'd do if something happened to them.
On top of this, last week on Wednesday, McDonald says her dog trainer discovered a dead squirrel in her backyard, with what appears to be a crossbow-style bolt sticking out of it.
I'm now worried, with my dogs, will they be safe in the backyard? Are they going to get shot as well?
You hear about a lot of people who start small and work their way up, right? So a cat seems like a jump up from a squirrel.
Hamilton police tell CHCH News they received a report involving an arrow in relation to one animal and that they are investigating.
I hope that we find the person so they can get some help. This is not okay. It's not okay to shoot animals.
In the meantime, Fern's recovery is not over. McDonald has started a GoFundMe to pay for a surgery that will explore exactly how much damage Fern sustained.